And when you add the architectural columns, as you can see, then if we add the roofs, slabs, ceilings, foundations, the reference planes that are in touch with these, then you'll be able to attach them. Let me make an example. I delete them. Then here if I open level 2, watch this way, and then I pick the roof by footprint. We will talk about these, don't worry guys. I want to create the sloped roof by this way. Then I enable this and defining others as slope. Then if I create the floor in this level or in ceiling, watch this, select the ceiling and withdraw it, rectangle, like this way. Or if I open level 1, using structure isolated foundation, I will talk about these briefly since these are structural elements, but we will talk about them in short, okay? Just to get familiar with them. I select this foundation, then I want to add it. Actually, for showing the foundations, I have changed the view range. We talked about the view range, and I hope that you have understood the lesson. Here if I open the architectural columns and then I want to load them into the project, and note that for loading the architectural projects, I mean architectural columns, you should not open structural columns because you cannot find them there. Okay, so you have to open columns folder. Then these are the architectural columns. We select one of them, then we add them on the foundations like this way. Here as you can see, I select the foundation minus 500 for the foundation. Then I should change the view range to minus, or let me say 0, and the other to minus 600. Then from manage tab, additional settings, line of styles, to set the beyond when specifying a color for beyond lines and with dash. Watch this. Great. Then here if I open the 3D view, then I can select these columns, attach and detach. We can use attach for connecting them and detach for disconnecting them. If I click on attach, then we specify the position, top or base top, and then the attachment style. Cut column, cut target, and do not cut. I mean, when we attach these two elements, we can choose to cut the column at the intersections, or cutting the target, or cutting or not cutting. And we can specify the attachment justification, minimum intersection, maximum intersection, and so on. We will talk about offset from attachment as well. Let me make an example. Top, and then we attach them. Then I open this view 3D. I put them inside the section box to check them out better. Then I select these levels, right click, and then we hide them by this way. 1 to 20 for this scale. Here as you can see, I can select the column, attach, base, then attach it to the foundation. Watch this. Or we can control the height based on the foundation. And currently, we just want to talk about this part. If I select the top part, watch the construction part, attachment justification, as you can see, at base and also at top. We're just gonna work on attachment justification at top. We have set it to minimum intersection. Here as you can see, we got the, if I set it to intersect a column, watch this. As you can see, we have cut the column up to the midpoint or midline. Here we can choose to cut the column or cut the target. And if we say to maximum intersection, watch this, then we can consider the offset between them -200, watch this, or 0. I click on detach, then I click on the target. 0, watch this. This time select, attach, then I want to cut the target. Check this out, cancel, select, then I set it to top. We have to attach the top to the roof, okay? Then we click on the roof. This time we set it to intersect midline. Watch this, then I rotate the view. Front, watch this. Watch the other side. As you can see, the target or the roof is caught. Watch the maximum intersection. That, as you can see, the roof is caught. After detaching it, we specify 0. Again, attach, top, cut, column. Watch the minimum. If I set it to intersection midline, as you can see, right now the column is caught, not the roof. Okay? Or if I uncheck the section box, here we got this slab, and we just wanted to slope this slab. We'll talk about these slabs and their behaviors, but if I move the column, still here we got the options in attachment, and then we attach the column to the slab. Watch this, and then we can adjust the justification by this way. Check it out with ceiling, then we open the top view, and then I want to attach the column to the ceiling, as you can see, and the height is reduced. Or if I open the north view, I want to make a copy out of this column, then here you may have drawn a reference plane, not an element. Then I can attach the column to the reference plane with the maximum intersection, like this way, 10 degrees. Watch this. The column is connected and attached to the reference plane, so we can control the height based on the position of the reference plane. Or in level 2, if I add a beam like this way, check this out. Very well, then I select this, I want to move it by this way, no, again select, and then I move it like this way. I move the column, then I cut it in section view. Here is the result. However, I might trim this in relation to, I press down tab and then I select this face, or let me draw a reference plane, then I draw it at the center like this way, by this way. Then I want to slope this like this way, 15 hundredths. Then I can select it, attach to the beam. So you can attach the architectural columns even to the structural beams. You know, these are the capabilities of the interior designers actually that are usually useful for them. That by this way we can control the relation between the structural and architectural elements, or vice versa. And then if you wanted to detach this element, you just need to click on them and then click on detach. And if you click on detach all, then it detaches all of the attachment between the column and the other elements. But if there is a specific element, you just have to click on it. And know that after detaching it, the top offset or base offset does not change. You have to set 0 to reset it to its default value. For example, if I detach this from the reference plane, detach all, the height is not changed. But if I set it to 0, here is the default value.